Are you tired of feeling trapped by your own habits, unable to break free? What if I told you that Stoic wisdom holds the key to stopping that cycle for good? In this video, I'll reveal 9 powerful Stoic principles that will not only help you stop masturbating, but also take control of your life like never before. Stay with me until the end and discover how mastering your mind can change everything. Imagine waking up every day with a clear sense of purpose and a deep understanding of what truly matters. That's the kind of clarity Stoicism offers, and at its core lies the principle of discipline. This isn't just about saying no to distractions. It's about reshaping your identity and aligning your actions with your highest values. Discipline is not a restrictive rule, it's the foundation of freedom. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastery over your desires, not the absence of them. They taught that every time you give in to an urge, you strengthen its hold over you, making it harder to resist in the future. Picture your mind as a garden. If you allow weeds to grow unchecked, they'll soon overtake the healthy plants, leaving no space for growth. Similarly, indulging in habits like excessive masturbation plants the seeds of short-term pleasure, but leaves no room for lasting fulfillment. Discipline, then, becomes the tool that clears the weeds and nurtures what truly matters. By practicing discipline, you're not just suppressing an urge, you're reclaiming control. It's about understanding that the momentary gratification isn't worth the cost to your self-esteem, energy, or focus. Discipline allows you to act in accordance with your higher self, even when it's challenging. Over time, these small, consistent acts of self-control compound, creating a version of yourself you can truly respect. The Stoics remind us that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every time you resist an impulse, you're strengthening your willpower and proving to yourself that you're capable of more. It's not about perfection, but about progress. Each moment of discipline is a step closer to living the life you were meant to lead. The question is, will you choose fleeting comfort, or will you choose to grow? Your thoughts shape your reality, and the Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that by mastering your mindset, you could navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. When it comes to breaking free from habits like excessive masturbation, the battle begins in your mind. It's not just about controlling actions, it's about transforming the way you think about yourself and your choices. Imagine your mind as a filter, sorting through the endless stimuli and emotions of daily life. The Stoics taught that we should focus only on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This principle applies directly to overcoming urges. You can't control the external triggers or fleeting thoughts that might arise, but you can control how you respond to them. It's about training your mind to pause and assess rather than react impulsively. Visualize the bigger picture. Each time you give in to a fleeting desire, you're reinforcing a cycle that keeps you stuck. On the other hand, every time you choose to redirect your energy towards something meaningful, you're building a mindset of resilience and purpose. It's not just about resisting temptation, it's about consciously choosing to live in alignment with your goals and values. The Stoics remind us that thoughts are like passing clouds. Just because a thought arises doesn't mean you have to act on it or even engage with it. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, you can observe these impulses without judgment and let them pass. Over time, this mental training becomes second nature, allowing you to remain focused and grounded even in the face of strong urges. Mastering your mindset is a powerful act of self-liberation. It frees you from being a prisoner of your impulses and opens the door to a life of clarity and purpose. The more you train your mind to focus on what truly matters, the less power these fleeting distractions will hold over you. Every thought you choose to shape is a step toward becoming the person you aspire to be. Self-discipline is the foundation of Stoic philosophy. It's the ability to control your impulses, delay gratification, and make choices aligned with your higher purpose. When it comes to overcoming habits like excessive masturbation, self-discipline becomes your greatest ally. It's not about sheer willpower alone, but about cultivating a mindset that prioritizes long-term growth over temporary satisfaction. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastery over oneself. To practice self-discipline, start by understanding your triggers. What situations, emotions, or thoughts lead you to indulge in this habit? Once you've identified them, create a plan to address these triggers constructively. Replace unhealthy patterns with actions that serve your well-being, like exercising, meditating, or focusing on creative pursuits. Remember, self-discipline is like a muscle. It grows stronger with consistent use. Start small. Commit to resisting the urge for just a day, then extend it to a week, and so on. Celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it may seem. Each step reinforces your belief in your ability to stay in control. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of having a clear purpose. Why do you want to break this habit? Is it to improve your mental clarity, boost your confidence, or channel your energy into more meaningful areas of your life? Keep this purpose at the forefront of your mind. Whenever temptation arises, remind yourself of the bigger picture and the person you're striving to become. Self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. There may be moments when you slip, but the Stoics teach us not to dwell on our mistakes. Instead, learn from them and return to your path with renewed determination. Over time, the habit of self-control will become second nature, empowering you to break free from impulses and lead a life driven by intention and purpose. The Stoics placed great emphasis on the importance of self-awareness. They believed that understanding oneself, their thoughts, desires, and emotions, was the key to mastering life. When addressing habits like excessive masturbation, cultivating self-awareness is a transformative tool. It allows you to step back and objectively observe the patterns of your mind without judgment. Begin by paying attention to your thoughts and emotions during moments of temptation. What are you feeling? Is it boredom, stress, loneliness, or perhaps a need for comfort? By identifying the underlying emotions, you gain clarity about why this habit persists. This understanding empowers you to address the root cause rather than just the symptom. The Stoic practice of journaling is an excellent way to enhance self-awareness. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect. Write down what triggered you, how you responded, and how you could have acted differently. This process not only helps you identify patterns, but also fosters a sense of accountability to yourself. Another powerful Stoic principle is the ability to create a pause between stimulus and response. When the urge arises, take a moment to breathe deeply and ground yourself. Ask yourself, is this action aligned with my long-term values and goals? This simple pause can create a significant shift in your behavior by allowing reason to override impulse. Self-awareness also involves recognizing the stories we tell ourselves. You might think, it's just one time, or this is how I relieve stress. Challenge these narratives. Are they true, or are they just excuses that keep you trapped in a cycle? The Stoics teach us to question our assumptions and strive for clarity. Through consistent self-awareness, you gain the ability to observe your urges without acting on them. Over time, this practice helps you break free from automatic behaviors and make choices that align with the person you want to become. It's not about suppressing urges, but understanding them, so you can consciously choose a path of growth and self-mastery. The Stoics emphasize the idea of seeking higher purpose and aligning your actions with meaningful goals. This principle can serve as a powerful tool for overcoming habits that may not contribute to your long-term well-being, such as excessive masturbation. When you focus on your higher purpose, you naturally redirect your energy toward pursuits that elevate and fulfill you, leaving less room for actions that detract from your growth. Reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your values? What kind of life do you aspire to lead? The Stoics encouraged individuals to align their daily actions with their overarching purpose. Ask yourself whether this habit supports your ambitions or holds you back. By anchoring your choices to a bigger picture, you gain clarity and motivation to make decisions that serve your higher goals. A key aspect of pursuing higher purpose is dedicating time and effort to activities that contribute to your personal and professional growth. This could mean focusing on your career, developing a skill, engaging in creative endeavors, or nurturing meaningful relationships. When your life is filled with purpose-driven activities, habits that don't align with your goals lose their appeal. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of contributing to the greater good. Think about how you can make a positive impact on the lives of others. Volunteering, mentoring, or even small acts of kindness can help you feel connected to something larger than yourself. This sense of connection reinforces your commitment to staying aligned with your purpose. It's important to set specific, actionable goals that keep you motivated. Break down your higher purpose into smaller, achievable steps and work on them daily. Each small victory builds momentum and strengthens your resolve to focus on what truly matters. When you encounter urges or distractions, remind yourself of your purpose. Visualize the life you're working toward and let that vision guide your decisions. With time and practice, aligning your actions with a higher purpose becomes second nature, empowering you to overcome habits that don't serve your long-term growth. The Stoic principle of self-control is a powerful tool for mastering impulses and maintaining focus on what truly matters. Self-control isn't about suppressing your desires, but about understanding them and deciding consciously whether they align with your values and long-term goals. This principle is crucial in overcoming habits that do not serve your growth, like excessive masturbation. The Stoics believed that we have control over our actions, even if we don't have control over external events. The key is to focus on what you can control: your responses, your thoughts, and your behavior. When faced with urges, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this action in line with the person I aspire to be? Does it contribute to my growth or detract from it? This moment of introspection can be transformative as it shifts your focus from impulsive behavior to intentional living. Self-control is a skill that can be developed through practice. Start small. For instance, when you feel the urge to indulge in a habit, delay it. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes and use that time to reflect or engage in another activity. Often, the intensity of the urge will fade, and you'll find it easier to resist. Each time you successfully exercise self-control, you strengthen your ability to manage similar situations in the future. Another powerful way to cultivate self-control is by setting clear boundaries and routines. Structure your environment to minimize triggers and distractions. For example, limit your exposure to content or situations that lead to unproductive habits. Replace these with activities that align with your goals, such as reading, exercising, or pursuing creative hobbies. By filling your time with purposeful actions, you reduce the space for unproductive behaviors. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of self-reflection. At the end of each day, evaluate your actions. Did you live in alignment with your values? Were there moments when you gave in to impulses? And what can you learn from those instances? This practice of daily reflection helps you identify patterns and refine your approach, making self-control a natural part of your character over time. Lastly, remember that self-control doesn't mean perfection. It's a journey of progress, not an expectation of flawless behavior. Be kind to yourself as you navigate challenges and focus on learning and growing. With consistent effort, you'll find that self-control becomes a cornerstone of your life, empowering you to break free from unproductive habits and align with your higher purpose. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control is transformative in breaking free from unhelpful habits and patterns. Often we expend energy on things we cannot change, which creates frustration and a sense of helplessness. The key is to redirect this energy toward aspects of your life that you can influence, your thoughts, choices, and actions. This mindset shift is essential in addressing habits like excessive masturbation, which can feel overwhelming when viewed as something outside your control. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control every impulse or external trigger, we have complete power over how we respond. When faced with an urge or temptation, take a step back and recognize it for what it is, a fleeting sensation or thought. It doesn't define you, nor does it have to dictate your actions. By practicing mindfulness and detachment, you can create a pause between the stimulus and your response, giving you the space to make a conscious choice. This principle also involves taking responsibility for your actions without self-condemnation. Acknowledge that while certain habits might have formed due to past choices or influences, the power to change lies entirely within you. Shift your focus from blaming external circumstances to empowering yourself to act differently. This approach instills a sense of agency and reduces the emotional weight of trying to make changes in your life. One way to apply this Stoic principle is by building a plan for moments when you feel tempted. Identify specific actions or strategies you can take when confronted with an urge. For example, you could step outside for fresh air, engage in physical activity, or immerse yourself in a meaningful project. By having these options prepared in advance, you reduce the likelihood of falling into old patterns and reinforce the belief that you have control over your responses. Over time, focusing on what is within your control builds confidence and resilience. You'll notice that by consistently choosing actions aligned with your values, you're not just overcoming a specific habit, you're transforming your relationship with yourself and the world around you. This inner strength becomes a foundation for tackling any challenge and living a life that reflects your highest potential. One of the key Stoic principles is the idea of embracing discomfort and practicing voluntary hardship. It might sound counterintuitive, but the Stoics believe that in order to grow stronger and build resilience, we need to intentionally put ourselves in situations where we face discomfort. This concept is crucial when it comes to breaking free from habits or addictions, like excessive masturbation. Modern life is full of distractions and instant gratifications that make us seek comfort constantly. Whether it's the convenience of food, entertainment, or even relief from our emotional discomfort, we've been conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. However, this avoidance only strengthens our attachment to these habits. To regain control and reshape your behavior, it's necessary to step outside of your comfort zone, face the discomfort head-on, and use it as a tool for personal growth. The Stoics recommend practicing voluntary hardship by intentionally putting yourself through situations that challenge your comfort zone. This could be something as simple as taking cold showers, fasting for a set period, or doing an intense workout. These small discomforts train your mind and body to handle discomfort without feeling overwhelmed or defeated. The more you willingly put yourself in challenging situations, the easier it becomes to deal with the urges and temptations that arise. In the context of breaking free from masturbating, you can use this principle by reframing your mindset. Instead of seeing urges as overwhelming or uncontrollable, treat them as an opportunity to build strength and discipline. The next time you feel the urge, instead of giving in, remind yourself that this discomfort is temporary, and by choosing to resist, you are building emotional resilience. Each time you successfully resist, you reinforce your ability to manage discomfort without feeling the need to indulge in instant gratification. The power in this practice lies in its ability to shift your relationship with discomfort. Instead of viewing discomfort as a negative experience to avoid, see it as an essential part of growth. By building the capacity to endure discomfort, you will start to feel more empowered and in control of your life. You'll realize that the more you resist giving in to quick fixes, like masturbation, the stronger you become mentally, emotionally, and physically. This Stoic practice doesn't just apply to breaking free from bad habits. It's a life philosophy that teaches us that discomfort is not our enemy. Instead, it's a powerful tool for transforming our behavior, building our inner strength, and living a life of purpose and meaning. The Stoic principle of practicing mindfulness and being present in the moment is crucial when it comes to breaking free from habits that no longer serve you. Masturbation, like many other behaviors, often becomes a mindless routine, something we turn to out of boredom, stress, or emotional discomfort. To overcome it, you need to cultivate a heightened sense of awareness and bring your mind back to the present moment. Mindfulness in Stoicism is not about emptying your mind, but observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. When an urge arises, the goal is to pause and take a moment to reflect on what you're feeling. Ask yourself, what is driving this urge? Is it a physical need, or is it an emotional escape? By simply identifying the root cause of the behavior, you create a gap between the urge and your reaction. This gap is where your power lies. In that moment of mindfulness, remind yourself of your higher goals and values. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with your principles and not being a slave to fleeting desires. Use this as an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. Instead of acting on autopilot, make a conscious choice to align your actions with your long-term goals. Practical steps for mindfulness include deep breathing exercises, focusing on your surroundings, or engaging in an activity that requires your full attention, like journaling or walking. By grounding yourself in the present, you break the cycle of mindless behavior and regain control over your actions. This practice not only helps you resist urges, but also builds a stronger connection to your inner self. The Stoics also believed in visualizing the consequences of your actions. When the temptation arises, take a moment to visualize where indulging in this habit will lead you. Will it bring you closer to your ideal self, or will it reinforce a pattern of behavior you're trying to leave behind? This mental exercise helps you make decisions that are rooted in reason and purpose, rather than impulsive reactions. Mindfulness is not about being perfect or never experiencing urges again. It's about becoming more aware of your choices and learning to respond with intention rather than react out of habit. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to stay present, resist temptations, and focus on what truly matters in life. By consistently choosing mindfulness, you'll find that your urges lose their power and you gain a deeper sense of control and freedom.